Hey Matt, how's it going?
Hi, it's going great.
Thanks for joining me today.
No problem.
Matt, before we get started, tell me a little bit about your role at Sparkhound.
Sure. I am the Director of Consulting Services for Sparkhound and lead a number of teams, one of which is our packaged software team, which deals with robotic process automation, cloud automation, and Microsoft 365.
Cool. So, Matt, I know we've been really busy with Power Platform services. Can you give me an understanding of just the type of activities Sparkhound helps to perform around the Power Platform?
Sure. Inside the Power Platform, there are a number of applications within the suite. We start usually out with a Power App, which is a front end that you can use to rapidly deploy applications without really any type of development experience. It's a no-code, low-code environment and allows you to automate forms and other things. Next, we have the back end of Power Automate, which is essentially the engine that drives automation inside the cloud, inside Microsoft's cloud. You're able to connect to multiple data sources and to automate repetitive tasks that you may have. We also have a Power BI practice, which is visualization of your data that comes out of virtually any data source that we can connect to.
Thanks, Matt. So one of the things that has been, I know, keeping your practice really busy is you mentioned robotic process automation. So maybe you can help kind of give at a very, very high level what RPA is and kind of what value customers can see through it as they leverage RPA via Power Automate.
Environment that is used to automate the mundane tasks that someone would do during their workday. So a good example of this is if you have a very old program that needs to be brought up, and there is a series of clicks or series of keyboard strokes that need to be done to approve something or to move something along in its queue. Robotic process automation can be used to record that, record those actions, and repeat those in a loop process until the action is completed. If there's something that pops up that is out of the ordinary or out of that's unusual, you can be alerted to that so that your people are freed up from the easy ones and spend their time doing the ones that are really fun.
Yeah. We've one project that we've been involved in recently, I know, has seen some pretty incredible soft ROI, though, just via a real small pilot. Can you talk about that project a little bit? Obviously, just at a little bit of a high level, not giving too many details, but I think it's a really interesting story for other people trying to realize where I get started, the real benefits that could come from it.
Yeah, certainly. So we're working with an insurance company that has a number of claims that they need to process. Most of these claims are very straightforward. They are either rejected or approved according to a very specific code that is given inside the program. So they have a group of contractors or hourly workers that are doing nothing more than putting in keystrokes. So what our bot was able to do was to look at the codes inside these claims and be able to process these forward. That's without any human interaction because, again, it is a very straightforward process. What this allowed was those contractors, those hourly workers, to be freed up to do the more complex work, the ones that needed additional looks or that have writers or some other type of special circumstance that would need a human interaction. So essentially 80% of their claims were able to be taken care of by this bot, and the real work to be done by the humans was alerted to them by the bots and then completed that way.
And just a projection, I mean, there's like a potential 7-figure ROI they're seeing, right? Just from being able to kind of free up that time for those people who were just doing those tasks alone.
Yeah, that's correct. The client estimated we would save them in the range of about $100,000 a month in just these claims. Now, remember that a human needs work time. They work from 8 to 5 and then they take lunch and breaks and that kind of things. The bot doesn't. The bot can process 24/7. So there are huge efficiency increases that they were able to realize because the bot was able to run through these things very, very quickly on a 24/7 basis.
So, in closing here, Sparkhound, I know, recently published a piece, which you can find on our website, about kind of where to get started on your RPA journey. So what is a piece of advice that you would give an organization who they think they would like to start, they just don't really know where, and they're maybe kicking the tires a little bit? Is there a common theme that you would say, like, let's start here?
Right. So the common theme is to identify the things that your workers are doing that have a very specific beginning, middle, and end. These are the things that are can be easily automated and are really good choices for bots to do. Especially if you have a process that they run through multiple times a day. That's really the sweet spot for robotic process automation and for these other automation tools.
Cool. That's all I had. Thanks, Matt, for joining me today.
Sure. Thanks, Alex.